But you have an extensive military experience too. Like you started off like what is the Canadian version of what branch of the military you were in?
I was with a unit called JTF2 for 16 out of my 20 years. Yeah. It was great. I'd still be there if I could, really, but it got too complicated and I had to leave. But
How
yeah.
so? What do you mean?
It was, I don't want to say it was entirely one thing or another, but it really probably had a lot to do with arm wrestling and the visibility of arm wrestling. Like I've been arm wrestling my whole life, but geez, it was 19, I think, sorry, not 19, it was 2014. And we were on ESPN at the time. And up to that point, I was not declared military in the public eye. Like I was a farmer as far as everybody was concerned. I tried to play the operational security as well as I could. And, I was an active JTF2 member. But there were a lot of concerns about the growth of arm wrestling for me and my, exposure. And, part of being an operator is, you have to be anonymous. You get on an airplane, you can't have people taking pictures of you.
Oh, right.
Right. So arm wrestling, because of where I was, and it was on ESPN, and going further, they're like, Devon, you have to choose. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been arm wrestling since I was a kid. So the long and short of that is they offered me a year off, no pay. I took it. I took the year off, and I was gathering apples and eating sardines and sending my kids to school with dried apples. And me and my wife were like, oh my God, are we crazy? Are we crazy?
Just so you try to make it in arm wrestling.
It was complicated. It was complicated.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd done like 7 tours, and it's weird when you do a lot of tours. Things start to gray out a little bit. And
so?
Everything is about mission in life, right? Like everything. Like if you don't have a good mission, your life is going to fall to shit. And as soon as you start to question any kind of that, and you play in that realm long enough, most guys start to, at the beginning, I mean, you're just either so patriotic or, just so down to, help your country or whatever, or the people around you, that you're undeterred. And I think that probably sometime around that point in my career, maybe I was struggling slightly, and that combined with them telling me that I wasn't able to do something that was like the only thing I did, when I left work, was kind of the thing that kind of make me take kind of a stand in my life that I was going to, follow sport instead of war. Sport's beautiful. Sport's very clearly building civilization. And war, the further you go in it, just gets to a level of murk where you're not sure. So, yeah. So
when you say you're not sure if you should be doing what you're doing. You're not sure if the mission should be happening.
Yeah, because I think most people join the military and stay in the military because they genuinely believe that they're benefiting mankind or civilization to some degree. It's a big part of it. Nobody's there for the money. I mean, right. At the beginning, some people are because we're broke, right? But I mean, once you spend like 10 years, I mean, you're probably okay. And yeah, so it starts. I mean, you play enough in that world, and it starts to get confusing that you're not doing the right thing. So, and look, I loved my work. I thought it was great. I loved all the people I worked with, some of the best people in the world. But yeah, it came to a point where there was some issues, with OPSEC, not even in my career, but in others, and it kind of trickled down into unit policy, and they shut down everybody's extracurricular. And yeah, they're like, Devon, you can't arm wrestle anymore. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a current world champion. Like I am currently the open world champion, and you're telling me I can't do it. So I was like, yeah, we're going to have to come up with some other solution. They're like, yeah, okay, years leave without pay. Here's your final offer. So we took it. And my wife and I were like, oh my God. So yeah, so I went from making money, and we didn't have money,
But you were getting by.
Yeah, getting by. But it meant that on that year, I had to win. It was no longer like my hobby. It was like, if I don't win, like my kids are like not, I'm going to have to sell the house, or like I'm going to have to do a gamble. It worked out. Yeah.
What was that stress like?
Dude, it was so wild.
How old were you at the time?
It was, okay, that was 2014, so I'd be 39.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're already older as an athlete.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was totally trippy. I remember being so stressed out. So it was a WAL finals. Okay, I was in the 225-pound division. $20,000 for first place. Right hand, left hand, and I had a great sponsor. Okay, they were matching my pay, so anything I won, they doubled it, and they were doing some other stuff too. So, but if I lost, I got nothing. Ooh. Right. So I'm in the back. I'm in the back in the warm up area, and I'm breathing. I'm getting ready. I'm going against this guy Ron Bath in the finals. And longtime mentor of mine, guys like my older brother, this guy Mike Gould, comes over to me. He's like, Devon, he's like, you used to run the practice when you were 18. He's like, you're just here because you love it. Don't worry about it. Just go and have fun. And I'm like, okay, you're right. And I went out and I just had fun and worked out. But yeah, so I ended up doing my year's leave without pay. As soon as I was taking my leave, they're like, we want you to declare. Like, we want you to tell people that you're Special Forces now. So I went
Why? Why did they want you to do that?
Because they pushed me into recruiting. Yeah. So when I got back, I tried again. I think they'd already made up their mind. When I got back, I'm like, yeah, can I have my old job back? And they're like, you're going to keep arm wrestling? And I'm like, well, you know. And they're like, okay, you're going to recruiting. And so at that point, I was on my 19th year. Okay. And you only, in the Canadian Forces at that time, now I think you need 25, but 20 years continuous service and you get like a base pension. So I did my 19th to 20th year, I went around Canada and I told people how great the JTF was. And that was it. That was my career. Done. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, now full-time arm wrestler for the last 10 years. Yeah.
What a jump at 39.
Yeah.
That had to be so fucking nerve-wracking.
It was, I just, I thought it was very selfish of me, I thought that I was being very irresponsible. I thought, because I really believed in soldiering, I did. And, to leave it, made me question very much whether I was doing the right thing with my life. And then on a family level, I was like, am I being irresponsible chasing this, thing that I love to do, and it's costing my kids, their university education. It's costing my kids, but yeah, we believed in it. We went for it, and it's all worked out. It's all worked out. I mean, it's been a second life for me. I still love all the guys I work with. Some of them are still working. My God, guys do like 30-year careers in the Special Forces. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, a lot of the guys that I went through with, they're now in senior positions, and I bump into them every once in a while. And I just tell them how much I love them and how great they are. And yeah, I live a simple life now. It's beautiful, like before, life was very complicated. Going on tours, Special Forces life is super complex. It's difficult to balance. How my wife and I made it through that, I have no idea. But we did. But yeah, now I'm at home every day. I wake up unless I'm on, going to some arm wrestling tournament. It's beautiful.